Happy Easter week, preschool! I'm so glad you could join me again. Do you remember last time we were together? I read a story about Easter eggs. And I told you that this was the week that called Easter week, or also sometimes called Holy Week, because this is the week when Jesus is getting ready to die on the cross and then rise again on Easter Day. And that's what today's story has to do with. It's called the Easter story. And it has all the different things that happen to Jesus as he gets ready to die and rise again on Easter Day. Listen as I share the Easter story with you. While Jesus was on earth, he healed the sick and taught about God's love. So everywhere he went, men and women and boys and girls wanted to meet him. One day he had to go to Jerusalem to celebrate a feast. As he rode into town, a crowd of people ran out to meet him. Some of the people shouted, "Blessed is the King," and put their coats down on his path. Others waved palm branches and sang songs. The teachers of Jerusalem were jealous. They did not like Jesus. Look at how the people follow this man. They like him more than they like us. What if he tries to become king? Here is Jesus coming into Jerusalem, and here are the leaders, the teachers. They are whispering. They don't like Jesus very much. They don't realize that all Jesus wants to do is to share the love of God. That night, Jesus ate the Passover feast with his friends. He knew it would be the last meal that they would eat together. He didn't want them to forget him. So when the food was passed around, he turned to them and said, "When you eat bread and drink wine like this, remember me." Jesus knew the jealous leaders would take him away soon. He also knew someone was sitting in the room with him and would turn him over to these men. "Who is it, Lord?" "The one I give bread to," as he passed the bread to Judas. Judas whispered an excuse and left. Can you see Judas whispering? He knows he's about to do something against Jesus, so he's going to leave. After dinner, Jesus and his friends went to a garden. Jesus, Jesus knew he would soon die, and he was very sad. "I am going to pray now," Jesus said. "Please keep watch." His friends said, "Yes, Lord," but soon they fell asleep. Jesus knelt and closed his eyes. "Father, I am afraid, but I will do what you want." And then Jesus got up and went back to his friends. Why do you think Jesus is feeling afraid? Hmm. Suddenly, a group of soldiers marched up to Jesus. Judas, his friend, was with them. Judas ran over to Jesus and greeted him with a kiss. This was the signals for the soldiers to arrest Jesus. And when they did, his other friends left him and ran away. See, the soldiers are taking Jesus, and his other friends who were in the garden with him ran away. I bet they were feeling afraid. I bet they were afraid maybe they would be arrested too. Hmm. How would you have felt if you were with Jesus that night? I know I would have been afraid too. Jesus was brought before the leaders. Some people told lies about him, but they had no proof to say that Jesus had done anything wrong. They asked him, "You say that you are the Son of God. Is this true?" Jesus answered, "I am." This made the leaders very angry. This man is sorry. This man is guilty of a terrible crime. He says that he is the Son of God, but he is not. For this he must be punished. They don't know that he truly is the Son of God and that all he wants to do is spread love. At Christmas time, we talked about how Jesus doesn't want to become the king of any town or city. He doesn't want to live in a castle. He just wants to be the king of our hearts so that someday we can join him in heaven. The leaders don't know that. So they turned Jesus over to a man named Pilate. He was the Roman governor, another leader. And it was decided that Jesus must die on the cross. But first, he had to carry the cross a long way. See this long road? Jesus has to carry it all the way up here to where you see the other crosses. Poor Jesus, that must have been very difficult. Jesus died soon after. His friends took his body and buried it in a cave. Then they rolled a big stone in front. But the leaders were still afraid, for they remembered that Jesus said he would rise again in 3 days. So they gave an order for soldiers to guard both day and night. And so there are the soldiers in front of the cave. Do you see the big stone that's in front of it? The leaders don't want anybody to be able to get in there. They want to make sure that Jesus stays where they've put him. A few days later, some friends went to Jesus' cave. The big stone had been rolled away. "It's empty," they shouted when they looked in. Then they saw an angel. "Jesus is not here," said the angel. "He is alive again." So they ran to tell the others. They wanted to share the good news that Jesus was no longer dead, that the stone had rolled away. After Jesus rose from the dead, he visited his friends, and they were very happy to see him. Before he left for heaven, he told them to go and spread the good news of God's love to everyone. Because Jesus rose and died, I'm sorry, because Jesus died and rose again, he earned us a place in heaven. And that is why we celebrate Easter. That's a very important part. I want you to listen to that again. Because Jesus died and rose again, he earned us a place in heaven. And that is why we celebrate Easter. The Easter Bunny is lots of fun, and the treats he brings us are delicious. But he's not the real reason for Easter. Just like at Christmas time, the presents and Santa Claus are nice, but Jesus is the reason for Christmas, and Jesus is the reason for Easter. And I don't want you to forget that. I have a song that I'd like to sing with you. It has to do with that stone, the one that they put in front of the cave. Do you remember the one that rolled away? Here it is. Listen, and I'll sing it once, and then you can sing it with me. It goes like this. Roll back the stone, roll back the stone, roll back the stone and believe. Roll back the stone, roll back the stone and believe in the love of the Lord. See, it was easy to learn. You sing with me. Ready? Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3. Roll back the stone, roll back the stone, roll back the stone and believe. Roll back the stone, roll back the stone, roll back the stone and believe. That's a beautiful song, boys and girls. I have another challenge for you today, though. I want you to go out into your yard and to find a stone or a rock, something that you can hold in your hands. Let me grab mine. I went outside to my yard and I grabbed this stone. And then I colored it with my crayons to make it look beautiful. I challenge you to do the same thing. Go find a stone, decorate it however you'd like, and then leave it somewhere in your room, maybe on your dresser or on your toy shelf, someplace where you're going to be able to see it every day. And then you will remember. Every time you see that stone, you will remember what Jesus did for us, how that stone rolled away and he came back to life on Easter Day so that someday we would have a place in heaven with him. Look, I chose to do mine in rainbow colors. I did red and orange, yellow, green, and of course, my purple. All of the rainbow colors. I have another one. This one was decorated very simply with Jesus's cross. You may decorate yours however you would like. That's the fun part of it. I have another challenge for you, though. We talked about how the stone rolled away. There are many things that roll, and then there are some other things that don't. I have a fun science activity for you. I want you to get a board or something hard that you can make a ramp out of. I just have my clipboard. You could grab a block or you could get a book with a hard cover on it. You can find something. I know you can. Ask mom or dad or a big brother and they will help you. Now that once you have your hard surface, we're going to experiment and find things that can roll down it. First of all, I'm going to push my chair back so that you can see as I do this. Excuse me while I move the my chair. Okay, I think you can still see me. Wrong way. There. Okay. I've collected a whole bunch of different things, and I'm going to experiment just like I want you to. First, I'm going to test my own stone that I've decorated. I'm going to hold my board at an angle. So I'm going to hold it so that it's kind of slanted. And I'm going to put my thing at the top and I'm going to let it go. Did you see that? I'll move my hand so you can see it better. Watch. It didn't really roll down, did it? It sort of slid down. So my stone did not really roll. roll. What about the one with the cross of Jesus on it? Let's try that one. No, that one didn't roll either. It sort of just slid. What kind of things do roll, though? Ah, I have a baseball. Let's try that one. I'm going to put it on the top. Oh, did you see that one? Let me get it, and you can watch it again. Here it goes. Ready? Oh, that one rolled very well. Look at that. I have a bunch of other things. I have a golf ball, a truck, another kind of rock, a hair clip, a paper clip, and a Rubik's Cube. I want you to go around your house and see what kinds of things you can find to put down your ramp. Remember, a ramp is just something hard that you can rest at an angle and see if those things can roll or slide down your ramp. After you check them, I want you to think which things rolled and which things slid. And maybe you want to think about the shape of the things that roll and the shape of things that just slid. Maybe we can check in next time and you can tell me what happened with your rolling and your sliding things. Okay? Until I see you next time. Goodbye.